Hello, I'm Raymond Weller, and I'm interviewing people who are making a magnificent difference to people's lives across the world. And I'd like to introduce you to Jasmine Sampson.
Hello, Raymond.
Jasmine, I believe you are helping people relieve pain as their heart opens. Please tell us more.
Thank you, Raymond. Yes, I do. I help people release the pain that comes up as the heart opens, as we open to who we are. I've been a spiritual explorer all my life and searching for ways to live with peace and joy. And I wanted to live with peace and joy all the time and not just some of the time.
Okay, amazing feeling.
Yes. And to do that, of course, I discovered that peace and joy are not outside me, they're inside me. And that to live with them all the time, that I needed to face and heal my own inner pain. And I was widowed very suddenly when I was 39. My 3 sons at that stage were aged between 10 and 14. And it was in one fell swoop.
A challenge?
It was at one fell swoop, both an enormous loss, earth-shattering earthquake, and an amazing opportunity for new things. And that was in 1994. And a couple of days after my husband died, I had this very vivid picture, and I was standing on a cliff top, and I was looking across this beautiful, lush, green, sunny meadow. It was like a mountain meadow. And I knew that this is where I was, and this is where I was going. But I also knew that I had to cross this deep, thorny, rocky ravine in between times.
Sounds a challenge.
And part of that time, there were points during that journey when I couldn't keep moving. I could only face forward. It was like I was face down in the rocks and the thorns and the mud, and I couldn't move, but I could at least keep facing the same direction.
Many people, I would say, would find themselves in a similar situation.
I think so, Rowan. I think a lot of people now are finding quite a lot of challenges as the heart of humanity opens, because we've had this long sleep, really, this long forgetting of who we are, and created this collective nightmare. And now, as we're starting to wake up, we're starting to remember who we are, we're starting to remember individually, and eventually it will be collectively, that we are connected to Source, that we are spiritual beings, that we're starting to get a glimpse of the amazing beauty of every person and of the power that we have to create our lives. And as our heart opens, the pain that's been repressed is coming to the surface.
I've heard you say that wounds are the power to greatness. Would you like to explain that?
I would. I do believe that the woundedness that we experience is part of our soul contract, and that as we heal that experience, we release the power, that the spiritual power and the mental and emotional power to become who we truly are and to give the gift that we came to give. And I'd like to offer some tips about how to do that.
It'd be amazing. I'm sure our listeners would love it.
What happens when, I'm sure everyone can relate to this, whenever we have an experience that we can't process, don't know what to do with, don't like, whatever, our instinct is to shut it out, go away, don't want to know, shut down, go numb, blame other people, all sorts of things. And it's moving from that position to this. It's letting go of all of the ideas and words and everything, getting out of our heads really, and into our bodies. Because our bodies hold every experience we've had, every idea, every thought. And there's a process that I use with my clients, and which is on my website, called focusing, which teaches us to be present in a very gentle way to our felt body experience. And as we let ourselves feel, little bit by little bit, and use the breath. So it's going from this to...
So feeling within instead of looking from outside.
It's going within, and it's going within with gentleness. The key is compassion. The key is being able to accept ourselves and our experience and our judgments and all the things we don't like about ourselves with as much compassion as we can muster. And sometimes that's a grain of sand. You know, if we're dealing with something which is really difficult or we really dislike it about ourselves, the truth is we don't like it, don't want it, go away, leave me in peace, I want to get on. And that's the truth. but it's being able to say, okay, this is where I am, and acknowledging that, and I'm willing just a little bit to shift.
You have to be willing.
The body, and sometimes I've said, look, I'm willing to become willing. You know, I'm not willing, but I know I need to be. I'm willing to become willing. Wherever you are, start there and be gentle with that. Well, right now I'm not ready to let this go. And accepting that with gentleness, just feeling with gentleness and using the breath to feel what's happening in the body. Feel it. And as you do that, as you just let go of all of this and simply be present to the body's experience, slowly things will dissolve. It's a bit like if you put up we've got this experience, we put up a wall, and several layers of walls often. And it's taking those down little bit by little bit, being present, and it just allows what's become very compressed and tight and heavy and intense behind that wall, because we're scared if we take one crack, one little chink out, that we're going to be overwhelmed. It doesn't happen. If you follow the body, we're just led through a process which enables us to deal with a little bit.
Your body knows what you need, doesn't it?
It does know what you need. Yeah, it does know what you need. So, to anyone who's experiencing the awakening, oh my goodness, I'm hurting worse than I was before, what do? Stay facing forward. You're on the right track.
It's just relaxing, just being here with Jasmine.
Oh, thank you.
The feeling is just calming.
Thank you. On the other side of your pain is your joy. And I would say that the heart that's been wounded and healed has the power to change the world. Thank you.
Fantastic. Jasmine, you can work with people globally?
I do. I have an international practice. I can work by distance. I have a combination of a healing gift that I use, plus the process of focusing, plus a guided meditation CD, which is really the thing that does the healing. I have a program for helping people through their pain. There are a lot of free resources on my website, howtocreatemiracles.com, and there'll be more coming all the time. So do go to howtocreatemiracles.com if you're at all interested in being helped in anything I've said, and put your contact me, and that way I'll keep you informed of new resources going up. There's a lot of free material there.
Great.
And delighted to help people any way I can.
Thank you very much for sharing with our listeners.
Thank you, Raven.
That's amazing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So repeat your website once more.
howtocreatemiracles.com.
howtocreatemiracles.com. Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Raven.